I've got my castor oil in an extra virgin olive oil bottle because it's opaque and so it won't go rancid. And I keep it in the bathroom under the cupboard in a cool spot. So what I do in the morning is I take some castor oil on my hands. I'm going to try to show you without spilling. Like that. And I just cake it on my face. Literally just pop it on my face. I'm very careful not to put it on my chin. I'll tell you in a minute. My chin or above my lip. Yeah. And the reason why is because I'll give you an example. So when I had my stroke, I lost my eyebrows. I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes and let it sit on my face for 10 minutes. Okay. So when I had the stroke, I lost all my eyebrows, the outer quadrant of my eyebrow. And I was researching how to get it back, right? Well, castor oil will help entice the hair to grow a little bit faster, and it did. So I was able to grow my eyebrows back. They actually grew back, which is a good thing because, like, I don't want to be drawing my eyebrows in, you know? Um, so anyhow, the eyebrows grew back. So I noticed when I was using the castor oil on my face to tighten my face, and it does work, it tightens it. I was getting hairs on my chin. And then I was getting hairs here. So I've cut those two places out. I don't put it on my chin and I don't put it above my lip because I don't want to be the little old lady in the long-term care wing with a beard or a mustache. I don't want to. Yeah. I used to work in that field. Yeah, I used to work in that field. I've worked in a few fields in my life, but I did work in long-term care. And yeah, there's a couple of things that I won't do as I age. I will not take anything that slows down my metabolism. So, you know, if my kids decide to flop me in a long-term care wing and they're trying to push those depressants on me and things, they can shove it because they ain't taking them. I'll bite their fingers. Anyway, put your finger in my mouth, it's going to get bit, right? So, yeah, so I'm very, very careful with that. So I won't take anything that suppresses my immune system. So the bruise that I had underneath my arm, it healed very quickly. So I'm really thinking that that might have been my brachial artery, and I think I bruised it when I was walking home from the store with the big bag. So I'm going to be very careful with that, and I do have a cart, so I'm going to start using my cart to get my groceries. But so I won't take anything that depresses my immune system at all. It won't happen. It won't happen. In actuality, I use cayenne. I see that bottle, that glass right there. So I drink that. That's cayenne. I drink it every morning. It keeps my blood thin and it keeps my blood running through my veins. And you know what? It clears out any clots that I have, any issues that I have where there's a buildup of cholesterol or anything like that. Our body needs cholesterol. It really does. It needs cholesterol for our hormone levels and all that stuff, even for our skin. We need cholesterol. However, you know, a lot of the times, you know, you can overdo it. You can overdo it on the good and the bad. So be aware of that. And I'm very careful, but I do use butter. I like my butter. I use my butter. But I do take my cayenne water in the morning. I take a big swig of it. I also have my quercetin water, right? The red onion water. And, you know, see the color of it? It's kind of odd because the onions are red and the quercetin is what gives the onions that red color, and it's red onions that I use. And so when I put it in water, when I grind it and put in water, it's not red, it's yellow. Yeah, so kind of makes you wonder, are they really red onions or are they putting dye into them to make them look red? Yeah. But I know that they do that with the meat. They do that with meat nowadays. They make lab grown meat. I don't know how the hell they do it, but they do it. And I'm pretty sure that well, I did try some of the meat that had the label on it that it was something about it was grown in a lab, right? It was lab tested or something like that, they call it. And they hide it. They put like a little sticker and you peel the sticker off, and underneath that it says that it is lab grown meat. So they kind of like hide it. That's the industry for you, right? So stop people from eating true meat and slap it in a lab. So I did buy a hamburger one time from a local store, and when I was cooking it, it had food dye in it, red food dye. And I looked it up, and it said that yeah, sometimes when the meat gets close to the expiry date, which is when I get it on sale, right? I am low income, and so I get it on sale. But when you cook it, you see the food dye literally seep off the meat. It's not blood; it's food dye. You can tell. You can tell blood has got a thicker consistency, and this is like a watered down version of blood, right? So anyhow, so I cook it. So I don't buy a lot of beef anymore at all. No, I usually buy chicken. I love pork. I'll buy pulled pork to make soup and stuff out of. Now, the other day, I did a video. I made some soup with beef. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But I'm low income, and so I have to accommodate the fact that I don't have a lot of the produce that I need. I mean, I ran out of frozen vegetables. I don't have eggs left. Toward the end of the month, things get a little bit tight, sparse in that area. And so I used it. I mean, it's meat. I bought it. I'm going to eat it, right? But never again will I do it in a soup because I really didn't like it. It had a ginger. They put ginger in the product. And I chew ginger every day, but I don't like it in my soups, right? So it had an odd taste. So what I'm going to do today, and I'll post that video, is I'm going to make rice. And I'm going to take the soup, add some cornstarch to it, make it a little bit thicker, and then just put a spoonful of it on rice. And I think that will be better than eating it as a soup, because as a soup, it tasted horrible. It did. It did. And even that frugality that I have, just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I went to have a bowl of it last night, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't. So I left it, and I had sourdough bread last night, and I made toast, and that's what I had for supper. But no way in hell was I gonna. I just don't like ginger in my soup. Just put it that way. But I'm not gonna waste it. I'm not that. I'm not rich. I'm not gonna throw it out. So I'm gonna put a little bit of cornstarch in, make it a little bit thicker. Put some black pepper in, give it some oomph, and just put it on top of rice, and I'll show you that. But right now, we're going to let this soak in for 10 minutes, and I have a minute, 2 minutes left. So I'm going to let this soak in. I am actually, this is also good for your skin on your neck. As you get older, your skin on your neck gets kind of lackadaisical. I mean, it just kind of hangs and gets wrinkled. And I noticed that I have a picture of me where I have on my profile, I have a tiny little chin. I never noticed that. I got like a pointy little chin. Like, look, like right there. This little pointy chin. So it's working. It's tightening the skin up. I'm also using it on my arms and this little chunk of change that I have here. But that little chunk of change is more than likely because I haven't been utilizing those muscles, and I need to. I really need to, but I mean, look at that. How real can you get, right? Like, who cares? Like, who cares? I'm not going to get it cut off. I'm not going to get any hanging skin cut off. I'm going to use the castor oil, and I just massage it every day. So, so it's time. It has been on there for 10 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to make a coffee. I haven't had my morning coffee yet. So I'm going to make a coffee in my little tiny coffee pot that I got from a friend. And it's a 1-cupper. I have a 6-cupper over there, but this one's good. Anyway, so it's been 10 minutes. So I'm going to put it on my my arms, and I'm going to make a coffee and sit down, and I have this new TV setup where I can watch the news all the time. So I'm going to click on the news, which I don't like to watch because it's very stressful. But there's been some things that have been taking place in my world, in our world, and I'd like to know what's going on with it, right? And so I want to keep abreast of it. However, I don't watch news all the time because it's so stressful. And when you get, there's some news channels that they will hit the same note every single day. They're constant, they just repeat the same thing over and over. It's almost like a hypnotic thing where they want you to follow their way of thinking, whether it's political, religious, spiritual, whatever it may be, even health-wise, right? They want you to listen and to agree with them and to believe what they're telling you, okay? And I just think it's all rhetoric. I think it's all rhetoric. I'm very, very quick to pick out what it is that I want to listen to. And what I don't, I just drowned it out. I've learned over the years how to drown it out and how to not incorporate it into my mindset, right? So, you know, it is what it is. So I'm going to make my coffee, sit down, watch a little bit of the news and dissect it, try to get the truth out of it. And I shall see you when I make the next video, which will be when I utilize that soup that I made yesterday into a stir fry. So I'll see you on the next video.